We'll call the roll, please.
Gunther.
Here.
James.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
Rhodes.
Here.
Simmons.
Here.
You can all stand for the pledge, led by Commissioner Johnson.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Mark, the agenda is yours. Is there any corrections or additions?
No changes, Mayor.
Thank you. All right, special order of the day. The chief of police is here today. We'll approve the minutes here. Can we approve, the motion to approve the minutes from last time?
So moved. Second.
Corrections, additions, comments, anyone? All in favor of the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. Thank you, they approved, Karen. Special order, Chief Haynes is here. Oh, are we gonna do our other thing too?
Proclamation, sure.
Let's do the proclamation first, Mark. The Ferris State Marketing, is it marketing?
Yes.
Students did a survey of the people of our area on the old jail. And believe it or not, they recorded over 800 responses in that survey. Unheard of. I mean, when you look at that kind of thing, like the one for MOTA they're doing right now and struggling to get to 100 for the whole county, 2 counties. So the students worked hard and did a great job, and Mark, take her from there.
The City of Big Rapids honors Dr. Henry Ho, marketing professor in the College of Business, Ferris State University, and marketing research students from fall of 2025. In recognition of your exceptional work researching the opinions of the Big Rapids community as it relates to the future of the old jail, the City Commission is greatly appreciative of the professionalism and attention to detail that was demonstrated by the students under the guidance of Dr. Ho, signed on the second day of February 2026 by Mayor Fred Gunther. And we will deliver this to Henry, and he can pass it on to his students as needed.
They weren't coming tonight, by
No,
any chance.
they
If they
weren't.
come, you're gonna read it again if they
Sure,
come late.
happy
Okay?
to, and read it anytime, yes.
Thank you, Mark. It's quite a report they did, and quite a lot of work they did. No informational update today. The study session is on the new handguns that are being purchased and how the innards of the handgun works.
Radios.
Oh. Enjoyed that so much.
If you want us to go over the handguns again, we
Can we-
absolutely
Can we watch the videos again?
Andrew will do it.
But tonight we'd like to discuss radio upgrades with you, and Sergeant Kinsey and Officer Hartung are going to give you a brief update on that.
Why does, it's nationwide, is that correct? It
This-
came from the
these-
federal
This
government?
encryption requirements, yes,
Started at the Fed.
yes.
Can you explain in one sentence why?
Safety and security of your personal information. You don't want people to be able to hear your personal identifying information over the radio.
But for 100 years, people listened to scanners and knew if the neighbor was having a fight or whatever.
Sure
That's
they-
all gone now. That'll be all gone.
That's what this is supposed to do.
And it's very expensive. That's gonna be the catcher. Is Andrew taking it from there? No. Both of them are.
See, the three of us have been kind of working on it, so exciting topic. So as you kind of touched on, it stems from a 2023 audit. We got this notice in May, so that kind of kick-started our research process into this. In 2023, the federal government had done an audit with the state of Michigan. One of the things they came up with was that our we had need for improvement on encryption, particularly when it came to radios and CJIS information. CJIS standing for Criminal Justice Information Systems. That information is actually supposed to be confidential because, I mean, say, for example, as the chief kind of touched on, say you're the victim of a crime or something, and I have to come out to your house and I have to run your name and all that stuff. Well, I mean, anybody can get this information on an app as it is currently. So somebody down in Grand Rapids can take our calls that they're hearing and post it on their Facebook page for anybody to see. And before you think that's far-fetched, that's actually happening currently. So our current radios that we have, they work pretty well, but they were purchased in 2015 and they do not meet the current requirements. And on top of that, Motorola no longer supports them because, well, technology moves on. So what we've gone through is we've gone through and gotten some quotes for the current version that Motorola offers, which is the APX Next, which is the dual band version. I think we're also working on getting quotes for the single band version, which should be a little cheaper. The APX Next kind of exceeds what we'll need a little bit, but the APX 70, which is that next step down, should be more in line with what we need. I don't know if you got anything else to add on to that?
So, Commissioners, did you guys receive the quote? Yeah.
Yeah,
So basically what we're asking for, we have to upgrade all of our equipment in terms of mobile communication. So we're looking for 7 mobile units that'll cover all of our fleet. Mobile units being the units that are staffed or housed within our vehicles. We're also looking for 25 portable units, which are these right here, walkie-talkies. So we're looking to replace all of our equipment up to that new encryption standard. There's some other features that come with it too. There's a couple improvements in technology that we'll get along the way. But that's the ask from our department currently.
Kind of help future-proof us a little bit, because there is a current version of the radios we have, but my understanding is they're no longer gonna be supporting that pretty soon too. So what we're looking at should be a more long-term approach to this, as far
Are
as.
there other vendors besides Motorola?
So we looked at a couple of other radios. Main one I could think of that we looked at was Kenwood, and we talked to neighboring agencies that have experience with them, and their experiences were not generally as good as what we knew with Motorola. Given that we've had Motorola for basically 11 years, we kind of know what we're getting. And like I said, they're 11 years old, they still work pretty good, so.
We did look at some of the specs for the new Kenwoods, and they just don't meet the same. We would be losing, I can't say functionality, but the radios are just not as high of a quality as the Motorola ones. We'd actually be taking a step back in terms of weather resistance, signal strength, ability to pick up signal with interference, those types of things, compared to what we currently have in the new models of the Motorola.
We got our quote through Procom, who's the outfitter of our cars, so it kind of streamlines everything, but my understanding is the price is the same for the whole state, so it doesn't really matter what supplier we go through.
Other commissioners, questions?
Is there a warranty, or are we buying a service package for them, like 3 years, 5 years, anything like that?
7-year warranty we were quoted.
It's a 7-year warranty with them.
Okay. And we're buying all new at once, so I would hope to see like a plan for replacement further down the road from a budget perspective.
15 years from now.
No, if it's yeah, I mean, if it's 15 years, that's awesome, you know.
Like we said, we got this notice in May, but up until this notice, we didn't really have any plans on retiring these anytime
Okay.
soon.
All right. And then what was the deadline that this had to be done by?
So October is when the state starts kind of issuing sanctions for
Okay.
non-compliance with this. We don't intend to find out what that means, so. I know they said a 6-week lead time from the order, when we order these. So there should be plenty of time.
Where Motorola's made these units?
I know they're made in the US, I don't know exactly where.
So then, Mayor, I would share with the other commissioners, because we
Yes.
reviewed this line item on the CIP list and talked to city staff and looked at the list, and there were some things that we pushed off to the following year so that we could fund this in total and do everything all at once. So you'll see fewer line items on the CIP list for this year, specifically so that we can fund this. And then I'll let Commissioner James ask her question.
Oh, I just have a quick question.
Which category?
Where are we charging to? Yeah.
Oh, no, I have another quick question. The software license expenditure that's within this entire quote, is that something that has to be renewed on an annual basis?
So we asked. From my
Look at that
understanding-
smile.
yeah, from my understanding, the answer wasn't remarkably clear. We do have this 7-year quote quoted software licensing. From my understanding, some of the software is not required. I don't know if that is the entire package is not required for.
Some of it's
support.
not approved at the state level yet.
Okay.
So, one
But
thing,
the potential is there that the software license in itself might have to be renewed every year down the road or something.
Yes.
Okay.
We have dead zones within town with our current radios, and new radios have like LTE capability, GPS, those things. They're not yet at the state level approved, but then that's something that would.
Thank you.
Now, the county, I saw it in their budget, they bought them apparently now, or in the process.
I know they were working on budgeting for them. Ferris has purchased.
Theirs has theirs, are liking them.
I don't know that they have them in hand. I know that they have ordered. And then Osceola just recently got approved to order theirs. I think they are going with.
Is this anything that affects the fire department and their radios, or is it something totally different?
Well, that's the difference between the dual band and having the VHF capability with our current radios, where we won't this, but we'll be able to create talk groups. For as often as it happens, that interoperability, we really should be okay. It's something Steve and I discussed at length, so.
the other
Commissioner James, did you mean in terms of encryption? Is fire requiring?
In terms of, do they have to have new radios like you folks are asking for new radios, so everybody all is gelled together?
Yeah, their information, CGIS is somewhat particular to law enforcement. So
Okay.
fire does not have the same encryption.
But it seems like, if my house is on fire, I don't necessarily want everybody in the county knowing that my house is on fire. But yet, you can get that and everybody runs over there. Kathy Crew runs over there, does an article.
Mayor, that's how I found out my house was on fire.
Is it really?
Yeah,
So
I was out
apparently
of the
that's
bed,
not
so.
important to this big,
Yeah.
big world.
Yeah, this regards criminal justice information systems data specifically. The idea that everything kind of gets encrypted, so when we are relaying that information, it's not like we have to remember, oh, I gotta switch to a certain channel to be able to run this information, because dispatch has enough going on. They can't be monitoring more than one channel at once when most of their work is on one channel. I mean, they do monitor more than one channel, but you know, it's more sparingly. It's easier when things can just be streamlined, so to speak.
Michelle, is it safe to say that other small towns have $350,000 cash laying around to buy encrypted Motorola's? I mean, that just seems like a huge sum of money. I mean, for our city, it's just there. I mean, as Karen said, we had to cut things.
There was a bunch of stuff that we had to
To
defer.
get to that, be able to pay cash for it. Do you hear anything about that, or how are well, if a township has two guys, you gotta buy two, so it's not quite so high as 20.
For what it's worth, I do have the pricing from when these ones were purchased in 2015, and that was $278,000.
It was?
Okay.
Mark.
Bradley Roots.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Thank you
Yes,
for
Mark.
all your work, putting this together, understanding everything. I truly appreciate you
I hope
guys
that was-
explaining it to us.
I hope that was brief enough. If you got any other questions, just let us know.
Wondering about, and I'm not sure, Danny, if I've asked you, Chief, doesn't lend itself that well to bidding? There's gotta be a state contract or something? Is that what these numbers represent, is the state contract?
The state has a
But it's
contract.
through Procom. The state runs it through Procom?
Motorola with the state, we would get it from Procom.
Okay. We'll have to,
Is there a learning curve at all?
In
Probably.
terms of use of the radio?
Yeah.
You never know,
There
guys.
might be a little bit. I mean, the new ones, I believe, have kind of touchscreen capability. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of that, but that's just kind of the way everything's going now. Whereas the current ones are mostly button focused, so it's a little different. But for our functions, there shouldn't be much difference. But that depends on what kind of things we do in the future, like she's talked about talk groups and stuff like that.
How often do you have to bring them in for service, cause they're not working right?
Not
Currently, no.
No, not much.
too often.
No, I mean,
More so, it's this problem.
the camera?
Yeah, like the,
The mics are starting to fray.
I think I've had a couple different mics and a couple different batteries, but as far as having to send them back to, in this case, they were purchased from Crouch Communications. In terms of having to send them back to them, I don't believe we've had to do it really at all.
And Motorola has come with a solution. They finally realized, okay, we should probably make these replaceable. So they've done a cord replacement on the units that we're looking for, where you can just unscrew the unit, basically the cord from the unit, and replace the cord, so you don't have to replace the entire lapel mic.
Public have any questions? It's a big expense. It's one of our biggest single things other than sewer lines, water lines, wastewater treatment. This is a huge expense. Anyone?
For what it's worth too, this is probably the most important thing to our job too.
You don't have to try to sell it with that.
You're talking about big expenditure. I mean, it's huge importance too.
The other ones worked just fine.
Until the state says they didn't.
Well, the state didn't say yours didn't work. They just made up rules about encryption. And
Based
it
on
made
the-
Motorola probably a really good stock to buy, I would think. Any other questions? Is there a motion? Oh, no, we're not buying it today.
Yep, we're just study session.
We're just listening today.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
gentlemen.
you.
Thank you, Chief. $350,000. About like buying a fire truck. Public comment not related to items on the agenda. Wendy, please. Are you the Wendy Nystrom on winter?
Yes. Big Rapids. Okay. I am still part of it, of a planning, Farmers Forum Planning Group. Nonpartisan, but it is hosted by, it's gonna be hosted by the Osceola Democratic Party and Mecosta County Democratic Party and the RSO Democratic Party at Ferris. But it is nonpartisan, just wanna. So, the Farmers Forum will be March 7th, 10 a.m. to 12:30. It'll be at Ferris State University in Ballroom A. And the honored guests are the farmers to come in, and we are inviting candidates from state, U.S. Senate down to state party. And the farmers are being asked to come so they can, what we found out from farmers in the area, you know, we live in rural Michigan. And what we found that farmers wanted was to be able to ask questions to prospective candidates from either party. And they'll be invited from both parties, even the incumbents. We're in the process of doing that this week, actually. And I thought maybe you'd want to know about it. Refreshments will be served. And I think that's all.
What time was it at, please?
It'll be 10 a.m. to 12:30. I only have two.
Mark will send it out to us, won't you, Mark?
Sure. Yeah, I'm happy to.
Email.
Yeah, if you could, I'll send it out to them. That'd be great. Yeah, well, I'll pass this along now too.
Hopefully we'll get a good, the Farmers Bureau in both counties is very interested. And the Farmers Union. And our moderator is going to be from the Farmers Bureau in Wexford County, even though we're focusing on Mecosta Osceola area, and we are hoping to get 75 or more
That'd be great.
farmers and others.
Wendy, I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit.
Yep, go ahead.
Mark Gifford and I went to the MODA/Dial-A-Ride, what do we call them, forum, whatever, you know, you answer the questions and all that.
I zoomed in.
You are our rep on the MODA board. is
Yes,
that
I
correct?
am.
Can I put you on the spot and ask you, what you thinking?
I think it's gonna be a good survey.
I think the information we gather, that gets gathered from that, group that's, I can't remember the name that's doing it.
HDR.
Yeah,
or something.
HDR.
Yeah.
I think it will give us valuable information. Cause they're doing other things besides the survey also, but, and I think we're over 100 now.
Oh, yeah, good.
I think
They're
so.
having trouble doing it, I don't know why.
Well, they were, yeah,
They're getting there, huh?
yeah, they're getting there, and
Good.
it's getting all over. And they're getting good responses, especially at these stakeholder meetings, they were really getting good responses.
Very good. We might have you back on that subject. We guess.
Well, I gotta bring Jacob with me. Jake with me. He knows all the details, he knows all the specific details, or Stacy.
Yeah. Thank you, Wendy.
Anything else?
Anyone? Thank you for coming. No public hearing, general business. I think, was it last meeting or meeting before that, Seth Latimer had us withdraw the resolution establishing income and asset levels for poverty exemptions, because he wanted to work on that. I think Michelle clued us in on why they did that. But they have worked it out, Mark and his staff have reviewed it. Michelle, you're good. So let's start just by having a resolution to accept the new established income and asset levels.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion second. Now further discussion. Michelle, why did he pull it? Why did he want it pulled and then added back?
Okay, so we added, on the very top of the second page, he added in a liquid asset limit of $7,500. So the first part of it talks about their income and how much they can make. But then he needed to add in liquid assets, anything that they have in money markets, CDs, anything like that. They needed to have a threshold limit set for that. And they also needed to have a threshold limit for non-household assets. So that, you know, someone can't say, I'm only making $20,000, but I have a $100,000 speedboat.
Yeah.
So we had to make sure that they meet the poverty guidelines, and then they also don't have any liquid or assets above
I see.
that threshold.
And they must be doing that statewide, and
They
that's why
are,
he added it
yes,
to ours.
Yes, and ours is up for audit next year, and this is the big thing that the state is cracking down on these audits, is that they have these asset tests added.
I see. Questions for?
And how many do we have that have applied for this?
We did do the research. So Seth went back 5 years. We did not have any apply.
You're kidding.
I went back a little bit further, and the only one I could find was in 2017. And there was only one.
Do you think part of the reason is that the community does not know that it's available?
It could be.
We have Gove though.
We have what?
We Gove, it tells us.
Oh,
Go can promote it.
Liquid asset, is that, do vehicles count as that or no?
It's
This is
anything
just
that they could
money.
pull
Okay.
out of like a money market or something that they could quickly
Okay.
liquidate into cash.
But they get one personal motor vehicle
get-
per licensed driver.
Yes.
And there's no dollar limit on the cost of that vehicle.
No.
Because some people don't have a choice on how much they spend on their vehicle.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
But we've had one in 8 years.
Well, to locate you.
What do you know about that, Brad? Do you see it in your other townships and such?
I don't see it much. I mean, that's not something I'm involved with heavily, but it's out there. I don't know how widely it's used.
well, you know, even in my business, you know, veterans that are 100% disabled, if they file the paperwork, they don't pay property taxes. I'm usually the one that informs them that this is available.
I see.
Why the VA isn't even informing them, I couldn't even begin to tell you. So, I mean, that's why I asked
I agree
that
on that one.
question. It just may not, the community may not understand it. There could be some people that could apply for it.
Well, and if you go to H&R Block or one of the big box, I'm gonna call them box stores, they might not be in tune with the local government. It's, yes. Trying to put it delicately, so, or
Yes, you
people,
did.
or people who do their own. when you
Or
go.
people that do their
I
own.
wouldn't know.
Wouldn't know.
How would Weaver know? Does she, like, as she said to Michelle, who's her boss, man, there's 35 people out there that should be applying for this.
It's
Would it be our obligation to
property
inform
tax.
them?
It's property taxes.
It's all property tax.
It's property taxes. It'd be very difficult to own property at these income levels.
I see, I got you. So that's why they don't.
I think that's a
Okay.
byproduct of what
Got
we're
it.
running
Right,
into.
and the question that
Yeah.
you asked,
Yeah.
that wouldn't be a
Yes.
proper communication between the
Yes,
two.
gotcha. Yep. Alrighty, other questions? There's a motion on the floor with a second. Karen?
James.
Yes.
Jensen.
Yes.
Rhodes.
Yes.
Simmons.
Yes.
Gunther.
Yes. Should this have been done sooner?
No, I talked to Seth, and as long as it's enacted by March 1st, we are good.
How long have we known about such a thing?
The asset test, I had it all prepared to come to a meeting in January, and he did not
Yeah.
inform me until,
But how long is this, when did they put this in where you have to start looking at their liquid assets? Have they been warning you for 2 years or 3 years, you better get this done?
I'm not sure what the communication
Because
has
if you
been
got an
with
assessor
Seth.
who's on top of every,
I don't know the answer
you
to
don't
that
know
question
that.
either.
Okay, thank you. Unscheduled business for the.
Mayor, we have to vote on
Did we vote?
connection fees.
We got 11 days, we got one more.
Oh, did I skip that one?
We're rushing through.
Oh my gosh. This all started with Tommy's Car Wash. That's in the city, it's owned by the Bowman family. And when Mark relayed to them the hookup fees based on how we were doing it, based on water usage, it was quite high. And so Mark has been working on it. Mark?
Yeah, so, as I said in my position paper, we have enacted a system in 2006 in which it was a multiplier effect of how much water you use. So it's $600 to hook up a residential single-family home, 600 for water, 600 for sewer, and that is considered an REU, residential equivalent unit. We've used it for 20 years, and we have used it with success, I would say. So anybody who is over that amount, commercial business, industry, it's a math problem to figure out how many REUs they're using and multiply it by 600. Well, we haven't been confronted with really large water users. We haven't had this issue come up to show that it really gets out of hand, I guess is the way I would frame it. And so we used the system to the applicants, Tommy's Car Wash. They told us how much water and sewer they would use. We came up with bills and sent them to them. And that caused them to call me and say, hey, we want to do business in Big Rapids. We're excited about our project, but we're just running into this 800-pound gorilla of these water and sewer tap fees. And we checked with the folks at Tommy's is a franchise all over Michigan, Midwest. I'm not sure how big they are, but said, you might want to check into these. We just haven't run into these high numbers. So thank you, Michelle Stinger. And I did a lot of research. She did a lot of research to see what other places do. And that's attached with you. And what we found is that they were right. Just most places don't do it that way. We've ran into one other, actually had much higher per REU numbers. But across the board, similar communities, lots of other places, they don't do it with this math problem to figure out your tap-in fees. So it's done by the water meter size, and so that's what we're asking tonight in this ordinance, is to change how we assess tap fees and do it by the size of their meter. It's very straightforward. It's a table people could look at and know and plan for if they're thinking about a new business or a new home or a new apartment building, those types of things. We think this is a better route, more consistent with how it's being done, across the state certainly. And I think, or I know that the folks who brought this issue to light will be very much pleased with the new cost versus the old one. So happy to answer any questions, Mayor.
They're going to buy a lot of water.
That was
That's
the
the key, they don't get free water.
Yeah.
That's the question I had asked Mark when we discussed it was, okay, so this is a lot of money to be shaving off the top, and it's the relationship and the fact that they're tapping in that's crucial here. because it all goes back into that water fund
And the sewer fund.
and the sewer fund. Yep.
Okay.
Questions from anyone? I think Mark talked to each of the commissioners about this in private, and the fees were outrageous. Anyone? Further questions? Commissioners? Did you talk to the owners?
I called and left a message today. I didn't get a call back, but I will talk to them. I'll relay this. We'll adjust their billing. I'm sure they'll be, very much satisfied with the work that was done and thankful. And if I get anything from them, I'll pass it on to them.
I mean, us compared to Petoskey is pretty awesome deal.
Well, it's, Commissioner, and.
Or somebody else.
I should pass on that these aren't, the fees that we presented that we're asking for you to adopt tonight, we may find that in future studies, future analysis that might happen, maybe there's something that needs adjustment. There's not huge science into these numbers. That's, I guess, what I'm trying to relay, that we may, there may be a point in time where we come back to you and want to refine them some, but we needed to get them on the books to be able to deal with this issue. I know that Michelle Ferguson and her staff are looking at doing a study of our water rates, which we have not done in a long time. And when I talked to Todd Richter about this topic, he said maybe that same group could look at tap fees as a function of that. So I think there might need some adjustment, but I do think that what we came up with is more in line with what it should be.
Brad, you were involved because it's an ordinance, or how's that?
Yeah, I was asked to draft, so the ordinance you have in your packet is what I did, and it's an amendment, as Mark said, to change the structure of it, so that table that you see, the connection fee schedule, was inserted in based on the numbers that Michelle and Mark had come up with. And then the only change in section, so that replaces the current section 1, which is this model of basing it on an REU equivalent. And then section 2 of the ordinance just deletes reference to those fees, so there's an 8 and a 9 on that table. We crossed them off because they're no longer pertinent if we change the system, so.
Thank you. This is an ordinance that requires 4 votes.
4 votes, that's correct.
And Mark, do you have any clue from the owners how much water they'll use and how much they recycle, if they do at all? Do you know anything about this?
I know the numbers they gave us. There's a difference between water and sewer usage, which I think the ordinance still allows for us to go, maybe back and do some analysis. There's about a significant difference. I want to quote 83,000 gallons a month
They're gonna,
in consumption of water, and 55,000 gallons a month in sewer.
where are the other 30,000
So
gallons?
yeah, that's been our question, will continue to be our question. Under this system, I guess it doesn't.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, but I know there's some level at recycling, there's water that goes out the front door, maybe that's more than what we would guess it would be. It's one of those things like, I've been getting asked a lot about running your water, with freezing. We've had some frozen service lines in town. And if you just run just a pencil lead, thickness of water out of one of your taps, it will prevent it from freezing. It's absolutely amazing the amount of water that adds up to.
Really?
Yeah, and so it's one of those things, well, maybe there's just more water going out the system, whether it's, some level of evaporation, or like you say, you carry it out on your vehicle. Maybe that adds up to more. We've asked some of those questions, and if I quoted the numbers wrong, I don't think I have, but and somebody's listening is bothered by them. I'm almost certain those are the numbers they gave us. So that's a significant user in our system, probably one of the biggest, I'm guessing, and so it's I think important that we foster that business relationship. We have a lot of car washes here that run off wells.
Does Lee's run off wells?
Lee's, I think the only car wash that does not, I believe, is the one next to Jimmy John's. I think. And I looked up the water bill. Michelle pulled it for me, or somebody did. Andrea did. Michelle's office, and they were about half of that use.
Well, they use a lot of water too.
Yeah, they use a lot of water too. Yeah.
So the average resident of Big Rapids, they build an 1,800 square foot house. Their meter size is probably gonna be the 5/8 to 3/4,
Yes.
so their tap fee is 600. Is that about what it was before, or is it less?
It was the same. It's
Okay.
been 600.
Okay,
Yeah.
so to the average resident, no change,
No
that's
change.
detrimental to,
Some people think our tap fee's too low for the new houses going in. And when we're putting 54 of them out on sandy acres, that's a big hunk of money.
well, I mean, it,
Yeah, it's $1,200 times
I'm not sure.
54, so,
It's a lot of money.
yeah.
The two is, this is only half of the tap-in fee. I mean, in the ordinance, there's also a construction capital cost, and we're not changing that at all, or it's not proposed to be changed whatsoever, so that's the other half of it. This is the half you're changing is the connection fee.
Very good. Did we have a motion?
Just
No.
a second, I just have a
Lorraine,
question.
please.
Sitting here thinking. So, they have a water meter, which is metering the water, right? How are they judging the sewer?
Based on the water meter, because the
'cause
water
what
comes
comes
in.
in.
Yeah, but why are they
What's the
being,
differentials, what
I-
you say?
We haven't
you don't get a
got,
bill for your house for this many water and this many sewer, cause it's all based on the water usage.
because we don't
If-
have meters on our sewers.
No, it's
Yeah,
the water, it's together, unless you have like a sprinkler system in the summertime and you use it, then that's just water.
Some people
yeah,
have
we
a
meter
separate
that and then do
meter.
sprinkler
We
meters
meter the water separately.
and don't charge sewage on
So
sprinkler.
you don't know.
Well, that's yet to be determined how that is done through billing. Right now, they'll get a bill for $83,000 of 83,000 gallons of each.
Of
If they
each.
want, I'm just telling you what they told us they were gonna use. Whether, how
This is
they.
This is the new
Yeah.
car wash.
Okay,
This is
so-
the new
Yeah.
car wash,
Yes,
not
alright, now I'm
resident.
understanding.
Yeah.
They
Right.
told you,
They just said what
this
they
is
were gonna
water,
use.
this is sewer.
How they demonstrate that is basically what you're asking. How
Yes.
how do they
Yes.
would they propose to get a 30,000 gallon a month difference back and pay less in sewage cost? I don't know how they're gonna have to
Okay.
demonstrate that somehow.
Alright, now I understand.
You
Yeah.
have sewer meters in the township, correct?
Only at lift stations.
Only the whole lift stations?
Yeah, then you meter it there, yeah, or measure it through the pump usage.
But
and
that doesn't affect Michelle's billing process?
The-
Sewer and the pump stations?
Well, that's how we know how to build the townships.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's kinda different than that.
yeah.
Okay.
So then, I like the idea of looking at the rates when they do the other
Yeah.
rate study, that makes sense. And it looks like we're not distinguishing between business and residents. Some of the examples did distinguish, I don't think that we need to. It
Right.
seems to make it more
That's what we
complicated.
thought the same thing.
Okay.
Is there a
Find it hard.
motion for the change in the water hookup ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Questions, any further? Hearing none, roll call please.
Jensen,
Yes.
Rhodes,
Yes.
Simmons,
Yes.
Gunther,
Yes.
James.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. Unscheduled business for the betterment of the group. Anything going on, Mark, that you wanted to talk about while we're zooming
I'd
here?
be happy to give a plug to the Festival of the Arts. There's events, as you know, every night. There's many at City Hall. In fact, I think we're here tomorrow to hear about Tara Braun and her travels around the world. But I hope everybody gets a booklet. If you don't have one, take advantage of the wide variety of different events there are. There's lots of them, and I hope you enjoy February.
Very good. Anyone else? We're adjourned. Mark, can you still drop me off?